Hello everyone, Robert here with a Techie 311 Apple Watch OS 2 update video. So right here you noticed on the Apple Watch app, it's going to show that number 1. I go in here, you're going to see a number 1 under General. Okay, if I click on that, you're going to see a number 1 under Software Update. We go there and now it's going to pull up the new Watch OS 2 update. This is one of the major updates that has a lot of features in there. If we go into learn more, you'll see that we're going to get new watch faces, timekeeping features, time lapse, photo album you can see on the watch face, time travel, the nightstand mode, colors, more support for third-party apps. Siri will be improved. You've got more support for HomeKit with Siri, activity workout improvements. Apple Pay is going to include Discover Card. You'll have your passes, store credits, your friends, and digital improvements. You can add more friends on here. You have maps improved, music. A lot of things are going to be in here. You get this new activation lock, so it makes it more secure. And play videos directly on the watch, and support for more languages. So it's a pretty extensive update. There is no iCloud backup, so when you do your iOS updates, and this was supposed to come out with iOS 9, but it got delayed because of some bug fix. But on the iPhone, when you do an iOS update, you want to do an iCloud backup. Well, the watch doesn't have that, so you don't have to do that. So all you have to do in here is right here it says to make sure that it's in range of Wi-Fi, connected to a charger at least 50%. So if I look at my watch, you can see I've got about 78% and I've got it on the charger. And we're on the Wi-Fi signal here. Alright, so in order to do this, you hit download and install. It's going to ask you for a passcode, if you have a passcode on your device, and then it's going to say downloading to watch. And from here you just let it automatically work, and once it finishes, then you'll see a little symbol here, an Apple symbol, and you'll see a little circle that has to fill through. Okay, so as you can see, up here on top, it says estimating time remaining. Now this says 4 hours, which I don't think it's going to take 4 hours. But you notice there's nothing going on with the watch right now. So I'm going to go ahead and let this run, and it'll go ahead and start, and it'll start updating the Apple Watch. Now when it gets to the screen on the watch, then I'll show you that one. But I'm going to let it run right now on our Wi-Fi, and we'll see how long it takes. Okay folks, so you can see right here, it's pretty much at the 2-minute mark. This is after about an hour of it downloading. So you can see it still says downloading to the watch. Nothing's happened so far on the watch, but like I said, maybe because this is due to Wi-Fi, it definitely takes a lot longer than when you're updating your iOS devices or your Macs. So I want you guys to know that even though you're on Wi-Fi, you have to be close together, and this is only like 500 megabytes. It still takes almost an hour. It gave me an estimated of 4 hours, but you know, they always do that in the beginning. But even with a good Wi-Fi connection, you can guesstimate at least about an hour or so for the downloading. So make sure you allot enough time before you update your Apple Watch. But as of right now, we're up to about 2 minutes. It's going to finish out the downloading, and then you'll start with the installation. Then you'll see this change right here. And this is going to have like an Apple logo in the center. You're going to have a circle, and then that circle has to fill in every little line in order for it to finish. So right now, like I said, it's still downloading it. We've got about a minute left remaining on here. So it does take quite a long time. So I want you guys to know that. Has nothing really to do, I don't think, with the Wi-Fi connection. It's just the fact that with this generation Apple Watch, I think that's what it is. So maybe Apple will make an improvement with the second generation of the Apple Watch, and this will be a lot faster. So right now you can see we're at 31 seconds right here. And so it's going to speed up a little bit, but it's still downloading to the watch. That's basically what it's doing. Okay, now it's switched to the preparing. Okay, Apple Watch screen is still the same. Now it's going to prepare the watch for the update. The same as the iPhone does it all the time. It does a download, verify, and then prepare. Well, that's what this just did. Did a downloading. Now you can see it switched to preparing. See right here it says preparing. This says preparing. And so now it's got to fill out this line right here for preparing. Apple Watch screen is the same. Until it starts the actual install, this will change. And there's no estimated time on the preparing, but you can see the preparing is going a little bit faster than the downloading did. See how it's speeding up a little bit? So that gives you a better idea. And Apple Watch screen is the same. Now when I updated the 1.0.1, it took a little while, but it didn't take as long as this one, because this is one of the major updates so far for the Apple Watch. The 1.0.1 was a minor update, fixed a few things and did a couple of improvements. But watchOS 2 is a major update, because now we have the first native apps for the watch itself. So that's why this update takes a little bit longer. And there's probably tons of people updating right now anyways, but really this software update is not as big as iOS 9 was. So you can see right now it's still finishing out the preparing, which you can see it's going a little bit faster than the downloading went. So now it's getting the Apple Watch prepared so we can install watchOS 2. Now the only people so far that have had trouble in this is the ones who were working on the beta version of watchOS 2. I never had the beta version on mine, so this is just basically a fresh install of watchOS 2. So if you did run the beta version of watchOS 2, you probably want to revert back to 1.0.1, then install this one so you don't have any issues. And so far this one, watchOS 2 betas have been pretty well and pretty stable, so this one shouldn't have any issues on it. Okay, so now we're at the verifying screen. So now it's going to verify the download, that it was prepping for this. And once it finishes verifying, then it'll start the install. Okay, if you notice on the Apple Watch now, I have a little Apple logo. So it started the reboot for the installing of it. Okay, we have the little cog that went on the bottom. Here's the Apple logo now. And then as with all the other updates, there should be like a circle. But right now this is in the installation process. So you notice the Apple logo is a lot smaller than if you were to reboot your Apple Watch. So it looks a little different. Okay, so on the top here, it's very hard to see. See if I can zoom in for you guys. I want you to see there's a little, like a little line starting. And zoom in for you guys so you can see. Okay, there's a little like circle. It's an sort of a not a visible circle, but there's some little lines starting on the top. They have to go all the way around. Once they go all the way around, it'll finish installing the software, and then it'll reboot the Apple Watch. So we're going to leave it here, and we're going to let it go ahead and install watchOS 2. Okay, so I'm not sure if you guys can actually see it, but it's making a full circle right here. Still installing from the iPhone, but you can see it's made this full rotation. So it's only got this little piece here at the end to finish. And so what it's going to do is like your iPhone does, it's going to finish installing it, and then it'll reboot the Apple Watch. So you'll get another reboot. Apple logo showing up on there. So I'll show you here on the phone. It's still doing the install right there. We're going to go ahead and zoom out here so you guys can see what I'm doing actually. So it's got pretty much a couple of lines left right up here. So it's almost done doing this install. And I'll go ahead and show you what comes on after this. And like I said, sometimes this will go through, it'll reboot, and then on here you'll get like a setup screen like we do with iOS 9 and like we have with the other iOSs. Now, you want to guesstimate this takes probably a good 20-30 minutes. It took about an hour to do the download. It took about another 10 minutes to prepare. So definitely give yourself a good hour and a half, 2 hours to do the whole thing. So don't expect this to be as fast as your iOS updates. It is a little slower, I guess, because of maybe Wi-Fi, maybe it's the Bluetooth. Something is what makes it go slower than your normal updates. But like I said, just give yourself the time, make sure you have enough time, make sure you have good Wi-Fi connection, and then you'll be able to run through this and you can update to watchOS 2. So right now it's got probably maybe another 4 lines left, and it should be done with the installing. Okay, so right now it looks like it's completed the circle. Okay, now the Apple Watch is going to reboot. Well, not actually reboot. It's going to give you the same logo here. Still installing. And if I'm not mistaken, I think last time I had another circle it went through, but we'll see what watchOS 2 gives us. Okay, now it brought me back to my passcode on my watch. Okay, and now it's going to start another circle. This one's going to run a little faster, so pretty much the same like you do on your iPhone, how you get that Apple logo, the line goes out, you get another Apple logo, another line, and that goes a little faster. That's exactly the same thing that happens here. The only difference is if you have a passcode, you need to enter in the passcode prior to that. And then also my Bluetooth went out and then came back on, so that means it established its connection again. So now it's going to run through this circle again. This should be a little quicker than the last time when it went through. Okay, now the install screen still moving here on this side. So once it finishes, then it should change this over here. Okay, so now it's still finishing the circle here. So it's still running it up. So you can see that it's completing the circle. And then it's going to start with the reboot of the Apple Watch. Okay, and here we are at the screen. Okay, and there we are. There's the Apple Watch screen. Okay, and it's running now watchOS 2. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed watching this. And like I said, if you have any issues on it, just let me know. Like I said, so far, running it, doing the install has taken at least over an hour, hour and a half. I didn't know it would take so long, being only a couple of 100 megabytes. But that's apparently what it was to do. I'm on a good Wi-Fi connection anyways. So I want to let you guys know that that is watchOS 2. Don't forget to subscribe. Once you subscribe, you'll get my other videos as they come out. And don't forget to be on my Patreon account, because when you're on Patreon, you'll get my exclusive videos on what I'm going to do with watchOS 2. Show you guys more features you can do. Alright? I thank you guys for watching. Have a good one.